Who are you supporting? You are supporting the thieves and criminals. You are supporting those that like to steal from you what God has blessed you. But here, Christ is blessing man who did not see what God had given him. He helped him to see. He helped him to do. He showed him. He didn't just talk. He took him and entered the boat and he showed him. And one of the things they want to debate in the synod, people who say they are leaders in the church, are going to be debating, and they have been forcing, creating confusion among the churches, creating and aggravating the members of the church by saying where you face when you teach and preach in the church. Just as I am here looking at the camera, and I should have been facing you for those that are here. And the Lord himself, as you can see, he entered the boat. When the Lord entered the boat to teach them, was God teaching them, turning his back to the people? Some people say there's something for people to disagree about. Was God, who was preaching to them, turn his back as I am here looking forward? Meanwhile, the people are behind me while I turn my back preaching to them or ministering to them. I take you to verse 12. Chapter 5, verse 12. In verse 12, while he was in one of the cities, behold, there was a man covered with leprosy, and when he saw Jesus, he fell on his face and implored him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. And he stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleansed. And immediately the leprosy left him. Jesus Christ did not get scared of the lepers as of that time. You know, people are afraid of them. And he went and touched him and healed him, lifting the man up and cleansing the man as a dejected person, as somebody who is the low of the low in his time. The Lord made him clean. The Lord touched him. But you have leaders and people in the civic society and in church that will not see those who like that. What are you going to do? Remember the prophecy the Lord said is anguish he had, that the ministers cannot even attend to the needs of the people in the church. People are waiting for years before they can see and meet with their pastor. And they say they are pastor. What kind of pastor are you? A pastor that cannot touch the sick. A pastor that cannot come near to the people. A pastor that is guarded by 50 cars and then more than 50 or 100 or 20 bodyguards. A pastor that is so far away from the people. You saw Christ visited the mother in the Peter's home and touched the mother-in-law, touched the leper, healed the sick, cast out demons, setting people free. But some people say they use their position as a so-called general overseers in order to hold people in bondage and take advantage of them and steal and take from them. And they say they are man of God. But God's example is very clear in the scriptures. I'll take you again to the same chapter 5. Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5 verse 18. From verse 18 to 26, I'm not going to read all of them. And some men were carrying on a bed, a man who was paralyzed, and they were trying to bring him in and to set him down in front of him. But not finding any way to bring him in because of the crowd, they went up on the roof and let him down through the ties. See how much they went with a stretcher into the middle of the crowd in front of Jesus. The leper went to Jesus and asked him. So when I say, most of the time people expect that when I see like most people, oh, start praying on people. We don't do that in our church. You have to ask, because you have to grant that permission. The permissive will must be granted in order for you to receive. He told Christ, if you are willing, you can make me clean. The man asked that you may receive. They sought him out. Seek that you may find. They lowered the man from the roof. And you can finish the rest of them up to 26. And I take you again to the book of Luke in chapter 7. Let's go to chapter 7. In chapter 7 from verse 1. When he had completed all his discourse in the hearing of the people, he went to Capernaum, and a centurion's slave, who was highly regarded by him, was sick and about to die. When he heard about Jesus, he sent some Jewish elders asking him to come and save the life of his slave. When they came to Jesus, they earnestly implored him, saying, He is worthy for you to grant this to him, for he loves our nation, and it was he who built us our synagogue. Now Jesus started on his way with them, and when he was not far from the house, the centurion sent friends, saying to him, Lord, do not trouble yourself further, for I am not worthy for you to come under my roof. For this reason I did not even consider myself worthy to come to you, but just say the word, and my servant will be heard. For I also am a man placed under authority, with soldiers under me. And I say to this one, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes, and to my slave, Do this, and he does it. Some people have built house. They build a chair in the church. They donate a chair. They go and put the placards of their name on it. What is the name of this centurion who have built a synagogue for them? Even in the man's wealth, he acknowledged unworthy to be in the presence of the Lord, the Holy and Mighty One of Israel. But you find people that go around, they brag because they are giving some money